is well known in the UFC circles and also believes King Rai did not cheat. And it has to do with this breaking news. None other than, and this is a world premiere on our show, Uncle Chael Sonnen. So
I love him so much. Let's go.
He's one of the most base. We'll listen to him.
Steroid King Chael, by the way. He loves the juice.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Who better, right? So this is what Chael's got to say. We'll play you this clip right now real quick, and then we'll give you the fucking take.
Okay.
He's clean, man. Here, you want me to get right to it? He's clean if you're talking about anabolics.
Right.
Anabolics, which in this order make you bigger, stronger, faster. In that order, he's clean.
Yeah, and yesterday, Dan Raphael, who first broke this story, said that the presence of nandrolone wasn't actually confirmed. There was some doubt as to whether or not it would be confirmed. That is a anabolic steroid, but it didn't show up, and I think that further backs your point.
Yeah. No, I think it's an unfortunate spot. I think it was a bad look by Haney. But I get sour grapes. I get the whole thing. Garcia coming out and speaking. You can't unfry that egg. You remember a time in our sport, and USADA, God bless them, but they changed their policy. They were even able to look at themselves and say, we made a mistake here. Josh Barnett, Junior Dos Santos, and Little Nog in the same month go down. And in the same month say, wait a minute, we didn't do this. They lost all of their sponsors. They lost an ability to fight. Their name will forever be smeared online. And what else do they have in common? They all three told the truth. They were innocent. And USADA said, listen, moving forward, we are never going to announce this until it's absolutely adjudicated. Then and only then will we present our findings. And that was the right move. I get that USADA's moved aside, but it was the right move by them, and they get a lot of bad press. They deserve a little good press when they get it right.
Just curious regarding substances. Which substances were you on when you thought that Pantoja won 5-0? Do you think he knowingly took something? Do you think it's the supplements? Okay. Please, no, who better than you, right? Who better than you?
Talmudic.
Okay.
How dare Ariel make a joke on his show?
One commonality.
That was a joke?
Places you look. It's not New York State Athletic Commission.
You believe that was a joke?
Yes.
I don't think that was a joke, bro.
What substances were you on when you thought that Pantoja won?
When you thought that who? I'm sorry. So maybe I didn't get that.
Pantoja is a UFC fighter.
Oh,
that's a joke. It's clearly a joke. Oh, Jay, okay. We're talking about substances. Hey, what substances were you on when you thought that King Rai was going to beat?
No, I thought he was No. I thought he was referencing like an actual positive test that Chael. Like, I thought he was referencing Chael.
No. He was joking. He was doing some lighthearted humor. You're actually blinded by your anti-Semitism.
That's actually, I see better with my anti-Semitism. I'm not blinded. I see the fucking truth. I can see everything in
You're
fucking
woke. Yeah, your eyes
HD.
are open.
I'm very fucking woke, actually, to be honest with you. No, so there you have it. Chael Sonnen says, what did he say right off the rip? He is fucking clean. Okay, leave Ryan alone. He's fucking super clean. Never did nothing to nobody. Never bothered nobody. All right.
The only person he did to the two was Cambosis' wife.
What about what was it? What about Cambosis' wife?
Didn't he say he slept with Cambosis' wife?
He did say that, and it's probably very fucking true. Probably said, "Hey,
I mean, it's true of everyone. He gets a lot of girls.
Get in my kangaroo pouch. Jump in my pouch.
I was in a little joey patch."
Oh, all right, mate. You look like a little Joey to me.
He was slumbering on his didgeridoo.
on my didgeridoo. No, but so then there it is. Uncle Chael says Ryan is fucking clean. We've seen this. We've seen this in the UFC before. This is what I'm talking about. These kinds of like test results that'll come out. It'll be trace amounts. It'll be contamination. It'll be something to that effect. And you've got people that truly want it to be so much bigger than it needs to be. So we've also got Eddie Hearn jumping in here. This is your guy, another guy that you tend to love. You really like a guy that likes to schmooze people. I've noticed that about you.
I like to be schmoozed. I like to schmooze. What can I tell you?
You like a grift. You like a good old-fashioned fucking grift, unless it's a right-wing.
I hate a grift.
No, unless you don't like a right-wing grift, but you like...
I can put up with the right-wing... I can put up with a regular-ass grift. It's just that a right-wing grift is so egregious, and it's like, it feels so much more predatory Because a left-wing grift, you kind of know it's coming. Like, it's like, that's part of the structure of society. But a right-wing grift feels like they're like taking advantage of people who don't really get it fully. Doesn't matter. Not relevant to this discussion. Let's hear what Eddie Hearns has to say.
Let's hear what Eddie Hearns has to say. I don't know exactly where this video is queued up to, and it's very long. It's with also making an appearance, Fight Hub TV, Marcos fucking Maidana. But we'll pull this up. What's his last name? Marcos what?
Marcos Villegas.
Hello, my name is Marcos Villegas. I'm here gonna talk to the Eddie Hearns to talk about the fight.
No, listen, let's see what Eddie's got to say.
He's amazing.
Here, let me pause this real quick though, because I want to give you a little heads up.
And I want to.
Eddie does this thing, right? He does this thing to where he wants to be like a fair and balanced guy. So just keep in mind as you listen to it, Eddie does this thing to where he'll constantly like give the other person the ultimate benefit of the doubt in some weird way, and he'll say time and time again, I want Ryan to be clean. I don't want Ryan to be dirty. I want to find out that he is clean. Do you fucking believe that for 1 second that Eddie Hearn?
No. And you know what else Eddie started doing lately is like, if you watch, he's like doing a day of interviews, and if you watch any 2 or 3 interviews from that day, he has rigidly scripted what he's going to say, including the shocking, like he's going to have something shocking and outrageous and like, whoa, I can't believe Eddie said that. And that's part of the script of late.
He's been doing that for fucking years.
It's way more obvious and clear the more I've watched. Like, I think it was just after all the King Rice stuff happened, a buddy of mine had interviewed Eddie, and he was like, yeah, it wasn't a great interview. And I was like, yeah, because
it's the
there's
same exact.
nothing you could ask him that wouldn't have that isn't rigidly scripted.
It's the same exact fucking, and yes, he absolutely does do that. He's very good at it. He could probably spit that same fucking thing out 15 fucking times in a row with no deviation. He's almost like that guy. What's that guy that's been on Bob Lazar, the UFO guy?
Yeah,
that's on Rogan. He's saying, what is he saying? Fucking some chemical 187 and all this bullshit. It's the same fucking. He's just got it down to a T. So Eddie's over here with Marcos.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know Bob Lazar?
Vaguely. I know the kind of guy you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a UFO guy.
Patrick David type of guy.
No. He's a guy. He's like a UFO guy. He says he worked at Area 51 or something like that. Right. In the 80s, and he's seen the aliens and he's seen the spacecraft, and like that's his main racket is that like people are like, man, the story is so believable. It hasn't changed since the fucking 80s. It's the same to a T.
Because he has Eddie Hearn style planned out his
right,
script.
Correct. And Eddie Hearn is very, very good at that. You'll see him now. He's saying, I don't want Ryan to be. You absolutely do want Ryan to be positive, dog. Devin Haney was one of your prize pieces. Like you've got Boots now, and I feel like Boots is like a fucking kind of like a replacement for Haney. But Haney was like his prized fucking piece. You definitely want Ryan to be super dirty so you can continue to fucking sell this horse shit that is Haney. But yeah, let's listen to what he's got to say. I'll try and find because it's like a long little interview. I'll try to find like the core of it.
I think he's amazing for boxing, but we have to deal with what's happened. And I want to also make it clear, I really hope that Ryan Garcia is innocent. I've never once come out and say, he's a drug cheat. He should be banned for life. He should be like all the people that are saying the same thing about Conor Benn and et cetera, right? So, but what we do have to do is actually
hold on, let me pause that. That's also, and I also think that he's doing this obviously for what he just mentioned there, like the Conor Benn thing. It's a little hard for him to go all the way in on Ryan, considering Conor.
Yeah, and that was such like, I mean, over here, it was wild how big that whole thing was. It was serious mainstream news that people were talking about all the fucking time. Was Conor Benn this, Conor Benn and that, and I mean, that's much more cut and dry case than King Rye, but he's innocent too.
Well,
They're all innocent. How crazy is that? No one ever did it.
Is that a joke with the Conor Benn thing, or is that something?
Of course.
He's super
not like no one ever just did it, right? No one ever like, yeah, look, I was nervous about this fight. I thought the other guy was going to be cheating. There's a guy over here, an Irish guy, Will Fleury's his name. He was a MMA fighter. He is an MMA fighter. and he was in the PFL tournament last year, and basically he like jumped up a weight class, and in MMA the weight classes are like 15, 20 pounds each, and he jumped up from middleweight 185 to light heavyweight 205, and he was basically like, yeah, I wasn't big enough. I had done it before the wrong way, and I hadn't put on the size properly, and then basically he just juiced out and he was like, yeah, look, there was $1 million on the line. I was fighting guys who were very high level who I thought were going to be juiced anyway. So I did the juice. Like, I don't see why that isn't like a fair answer when you get caught.
It fucking damn well should. I mean, listen, if you're a fucking 10-1 dog, it should be a fair answer. Like, it should, like, like, dog, I'm coming in here fucking a 10-1 dog shouldn't, and I've said this a million times on X. I hope somebody finally comments or responds to it. A 10-1 dog should be able to take anything in the world that they have, literally anything, and it shouldn't fucking make a difference, bro. Like, the idea that people think that this Osterine did something for, like, it's fucking insane, bro.
At the very least, like, that he could completely dominate like that
within 15 seconds. Yeah. Within 20 fucking seconds. We're not talking about
first punching throws could just fucking knock dude's block and
knock
then
the shit out of him. And they're like, oh, like, well, it does give you an increase in power. Like, come on, bro. Like, if Ryan lets a left hook rip on somebody and lands flush the way he did on Devin, it doesn't even matter if he's.
It's the punch everyone was talking about. The entire buildup was like, well, if he lands this left hook and then he kept landing it and he kept hitting him with it. That's not the Osterine.
So, and we forgot to mention this. This was like after, we should have probably got to this first, but after Dan Rafael comes with the retraction, Ryan Garcia. So y'all realize I didn't fail the test now. No substance other than this imaginary ostrich substance. I love that he calls it ostrich. It's so fucking retarded. Level so low wouldn't have any effect. They tried, but no lie stands. Praise God. And praise King Ryan, to be honest with you.
Praise King Ryan. Shout out to the boy.
So he's very excited. Really, to be honest with you, bro, that Nandro was really the main thing. If he popped for that,
that was the one that last week you were struggling to defend. I was the one saying last week, I've been King Ryan's team the entire way. I was the one last week saying that one I'm not so sure is true.
Listen, I'm trying to do my Eddie Hearn thing. I'm trying to be very diplomatic. I'm trying to give people a chance. I'm trying not to come off. I'm getting fucking shredded in my DMs by these Haney guys, really. So I'm trying to be.
Like lifelong friendships of yours are being fucked up by your hatred of Devin.
Right. And they're starting to try to peel back some other layers about my personality and try to connect some
that we don't want to
here
get into.
That we don't want to get into. They're trying to connect some dots here.
Some Scampolian. Some Kevin Scampolian.
I swear I was just going to mention that guy. I wish I knew his name off top to say it. But yes, they're trying to say I'm very Scampolian in my approach to life and in my lifestyle, which may or may not be true. But nonetheless, he's not on Nandro. Not on the not on the real fucking sauce.